His original sports podcast. I'm here with Theo, Kareem, and Kareem can't make it today. What's up, Theo? How you been?
All is well, my dude. How you been?
Pretty good, man. We had a little
Good.
bit of break, man. I figured we get some good sports talking, man. We hadn't talked in a minute.
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah, man. So we had a lot of things happen, man. We kind of progressed in the NBA playoffs right now. We got some people eliminated and some people in there. Let's see. One of my first things for you, Theo, is check this one out. All right, I was having a debate at work
Okay.
about the Boston about the Boston Celtics, right? So the Boston Celtics they beat the Nets, they beat the Bucks, right? I one of my things is I'm not taking nothing away from the Celtics, but I gotta say the Nets was disjointed and Chris Middleton didn't play. So is it that Boston's that great, or did they just have a good luck of the draw, or a combination of both?
uh, I probably go with the latter. I probably go with the latter because Boston been playing very good toward the end of the season.
Yeah,
Like after the All Star break, they've been really playing well, beating a lot of teams. It's unfortunate that other team's second best player wasn't available. But
yeah.
that being said, they have beaten Milwaukee with Middleton and
Okay.
beating Brooklyn with Kyrie or KD or even James Harden for that matter. Honestly,
Yeah.
so um, as fans, it seems like they had a break and have those guys playing though. But those guys been beat before with those guys having a full roster. But I would say the
Okay.
latter. I would say the latter though. It's a little bit of both.
Okay. The 76ers the 76ers went out there beat Toronto, but they went out there and they lost to Miami. I mean, I gotta say with him, as bad as Ben Simmons was, right? And the James Harden one shot in the second half, I just don't get that. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's unacceptable, man. Honestly, and I think he quit. I think he
Yeah,
quit. There's no way a guy of James Harden's status is taking, two shots and hustling for the ball and stuff like that, man. Knowing Embiid is playing with a broken eye socket, a bad back, and a broken thumb. You out there playing, taking two shots, man. Not even trying to or making an effort. I don't understand that, man. So it seemed
yeah,
like he quit. He said he quit on Sixers. So he quit on Houston and he quit on Brooklyn.
he tried to say something crazy about the flow of the offense, but come on, man. I mean,
No, basically what he's saying is he wants the offense to run through him.
yeah. And the craziest thing is that I mean, they're saying the right things in Philadelphia. I'm a little worried for Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
You got
yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, you
So,
got Daryl Morey out there, and they're like, yeah, Doc Rivers will be back, but I don't know.
seeing the Lakers might be interested in him. You never
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they would definitely be interested. I mean, is James Harden a max player?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, he's not. It seemed like my dude. It seems like ever since they took away that those flopping rules, so
yeah,
to speak, or he ain't been the same.
yeah. That's true.
He's saying he lost a step. And I'm not a big James Harden fan, but I will give him his props though. But that being said, I watched a lot of James Harden games with Sixers, especially the last two series. And it seemed like his shots ain't falling no more, man. He can't go by nobody like he used to. His jump shot is like 50% hitting. If he took 10 shots, he make half of 10 shots. Before he made maybe 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. The
You
old
you
James Harden, not this one here, man. I said he kind of took a step back.
you know the funniest thing they say about basketball is that the one of the first positions to go is the two guard.
Mm,
Yeah, the two guards deteriorate somewhat the fastest.
mm. I
I don't
wonder
know.
why. Why is that? Because they just like do a little bit of both point guard and scoring.
I think they got to do that, and I think a lot of times those are the guys that's always running around the screens and running around and stuff.
Mm,
They putting on more mileage than some of the other guys.
makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so it seemed like he went off the cliff a little fast though.
Yeah, yeah, real fast, man. He seemed like he fell off faster than Westbrook, man. Honestly.
Dude, isn't that crazy though? Because we could always have had that conversation about Durant, Westbrook, Harden, all these guys, but it's not looking like it was or something.
No, no. It seemed like those guys. It seemed like all three of the guys reverted to the OKC ways. Honestly,
Yeah,
individually, But uh, I think Durant might have some more prime years, but Durant I
yeah,
have to get out hurdle of winning a chip. as far as being a man, because he had to do what other guys could do, facilitate, run a score.
Yeah. I like what Sean Marks said about people wanting to be there or not or something, that they're gonna commit to people who want to be there or something.
Yeah, get
And
ready, Kyrie.
yeah, they basically, that was a shot at him. If he didn't take it that way, and then the previous week, Kyrie said something about him and the GM, and different guys gonna sit down and they're gonna go over stuff. But then when Sean Marks spoke, he didn't mention Kyrie. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna sit down with Kevin Durant and ownership and go over like where we want to be." So
Yeah,
I think
agree.
to some extent they like all of these stunts. Like a lot of times, like if you look at, I like the Nets, but it wasn't just this year. Like people look at it like, okay, the vaccination. Each year he's out for X amount of games for some kind of foolishness.
Right, right. And let me ask you that. First of all, let me remind everybody that Kyrie's there because Durant wanted him there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
We want Kevin Durant. Go, well, cool. I'll come play for you guys. Give me Kenyatta, give me Theo. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Say no more. So that's what he did. So
I,
and then for a guy who could pull strings to pull you in, and you do this, man, and come in and disappear because you want to take time off. Forget to take time off for other, even now COVID issues. You take a time off.
yeah, he was taking time off. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
I think if they could get a good deal with him, deal from him, they would probably move him. And I think just like how Durant was willing to move off of DeAndre Jordan, I could see Kevin Durant moving on for Kyrie, because I don't think he was too happy about having to answer those questions every game about the vaccination and whatever his answer is. You got to ask that man and all this stuff and different stuff. I mean, I think that wears on you too.
yeah,
Uh,
it does. But what I mean, Kyrie fits for a lot of teams, and what I think we'll do is they'll have one of those with stipulation kind of contracts to say,
Yeah,
and I've seen points where they said maybe you should offer him a 1 year deal every year, give him a 1 year deal tops every year. Don't
yeah.
give him 2 years or 4 years because this guy is due for another big contract, believe it or not.
The Nets said that they're gonna try to do some stipulations, and it's bad. Anytime I'm reading things about how Nike may not re-sign Kyrie, you heard about that? That
Yeah, they did it. They didn't let me sign. They did it. They announced it already. But his
yeah,
shoe deal, his shoe deal right now.
yeah, shoe
Yeah,
deal. I mean, that's
yeah,
like unheard of. Where they
right.
just, and he's one of the top selling shoes for them too. Where they
Yeah,
like, what?
they're gonna let it expire out. Honestly, that's what they're
I
gonna
mean,
do.
I'm pretty much sure they got some other plans, because there's some players that could slide right into that slot or something. I believe they don't. Well, Tatum's with Jordan Brand. I think, don't they have Anthony Edwards or some of those type of guys or
Yeah.
something?
hmm
They
Yeah,
got some.
listen, Nike will find somebody. At the end of the day, Nike's always been good at creating and designing sneakers, regardless who they have signed up in any
Yeah.
sport. So they'll be more than fine. They'll be more than fine.
So going over to the West Coast, I'm gonna ask you this question: What was
hmm
was that Jordan Poole play on Ja Morant dirty?
I didn't like it. I'll say that. It wasn't. What he was nowhere near the ball. There's no basketball player you could say that make you grab somebody's knee.
Yeah, yeah, and it definitely
Yeah,
impacted the
right.
series. Yeah,
See what is that? It didn't look malicious.
yeah,
That's what it looked malicious. He just pulled his leg. So it looked malicious. Like I guess it's kind of Dylan did against
yeah. That
the
was bad.
kid, yeah, for Peyton, right?
Yeah, that was
And that's
bad.
and that's what it is. But if we all play basketball at any level, even street ball. There's no reason for you to pull a guy's knee and grab it in any direction, not at all.
No,
Why would you do that for? He wasn't even near the ball when he grabbed the guy's knee. On top of that, the ball was there.
yeah,
He reached for the ball to grab his knee, and so be it. The ball was on the side, left hand side of Durant's hand.
yeah.
But I like that play for sure. And
Nah,
it kind of affected the series, man.
yeah, yeah. That might have been the deciding factor. I mean, they went as far as they could, and then once he was out, I mean, they pushed it as far as they could without him.
Right. It reminded me, and I'll be fair. So I think if Memphis win game one, they probably win the series.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it reminded me of the Brooklyn game against Boston. The series was over when game one, when Boston stole that win,
yeah,
when Taylor scored the buzzer. That game is so
it,
it's
it,
such a
it,
tough love. It carries over to another game. Sometimes it
yeah.
carries to a whole series, let alone 1 or 2 games.
Between that loss and that Ben Simmons stunt in Game 4, that was it for them.
But but you know what, Kate? Ben wasn't playing, man. That was the media.
I
Ben
didn't
wasn't
think he was
playing.
gonna play either, but
Yeah, Ben wasn't playing, man. Not coming up, Ben was nowhere near playing. The Ben said never
yeah,
said he was going to play. Probably going, but how you hurt your back? You played over a year, man. What's going
yeah,
on?
he was sitting on the couch, his back got
Yeah,
hurt.
you home in a hotel, you crib in Brooklyn somewhere, in Chelsea somewhere, playing Call of Duty for 48 hours. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you
Now
doing?
you look at it, you got Phoenix and Dallas. I mean,
Hmm.
they've played. I will tell you this: some guys they've definitely improved their stock. Like Brunson is riding high. I don't think his stock will ever get higher than it is
Right.
right now. Yeah,
You know, I've been a Brunson fan. You know that before I've been a Brunson
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
You know, so
I know that.
I think he played this well, man. But I like this game, man. But he's showing out.
I will say this though: it's going to be hard to get him to switch uniforms now because I thought before the series, other teams would have a shot because I don't know if Dallas will pay him that money, but I got a feeling they're going to pay him now.
Well, you know what, Kay? You know, getting 20 million per year in dollars is different than getting
Yeah,
20 million in New York City. New York
no
City
tax.
take a half
Yeah,
and no tax. There you go. There
yeah.
you go. So, you know, excuse me, even though he might be worth, maybe he wants 25 million.
Yeah, but yeah,
But
25
listen,
in New York
maybe you
is
want
still
25 million, though. But if you get 20 million untaxed, man, you don't take that. Plus, you're in a good environment, you know,
yep.
untaxed. You know what I'm saying? The coach is great in
Cheap,
Dallas, you
even
know.
cheaper. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are playing well, you know, and you
Mhm.
got Luca there, Mark Cuban there. Coach is good.
Yep.
The coach is good. You know, the environment as well. You know, Dallas,
To
there,
his
I
credit,
guess, ain't too bad to play for. So why not stay and take 20 million, and get untaxed money?
he seems to be one of the guys that seem to play the best with Luca too. Luca's not the easiest guy to play with.
Yeah, I think it was up and down with how well he played with Luca. It was
Yeah.
up and down with the Utah series,
Hmm.
and I think Jason Kidd made some adjustments. As for having them on the court together.
Yeah.
And probably listen to Jada Brunson. Forget Luca, man. Do your thing, man. Don't worry about Luca, man. You ball your
But
hand, go do you, man. Don't worry about that. We ain't worry
you know
about
what's
you
interesting too?
not scoring or struggling, man. So
What's interesting about this Dallas series too is they playing this without Tim Hardaway Jr. too.
yeah, man. Tim Hardaway is a big piece, man, to have, man, shooting wise. Because Tim can take over games, man, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. If they would have had that shooting, it might be different. Whereas
Hmm.
on the flip side, Phoenix, I don't know. Like sometimes they seem like they show up, sometimes they don't. I mean, I like some people stock. I don't like Aiden's going into free agency, and this just to me, this wasn't the performance that that kind of like propelled you into free agency. I don't know. What do you think of that?
They struggle when Crowder and Bridges don't produce offensively. Now
Yeah,
those two guys are gonna be there on defense. You know,
yeah,
they're gonna be there on defense. They're gonna play hard, play good defense. But playoff time, you got to put some points on the board, man.
yeah,
And you got to do it besides having Booker be the main scorer and Cam Johnson. And it seemed like with CP3, I believe it or not, I'm gonna say, you know, the change Kid made was having Bullock on him, man. It slowed him
yeah. He's
down
getting
with his length and size, man. It slowed him
yeah,
down, man.
yeah. He's having a hard time.
Yeah, I think Kid making adjustments as the series went on affected the Suns. And Aiton, a good player, but he's a guy that you're not gonna really be scared of. He scored 20 points, or he goes
Yeah,
off and like that. He ain't gonna scare you like that in the paint.
like, I'm not giving him max money either. I know he's
No,
expensive, but I'm not giving him max money.
no, I'm gonna get max money either. So and plus Devin Booker, man, listen, they paying him well. And another guy, Frank Nitty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Frank Nitty play these ex Knicks going places and shining, man.
Dude,
You know,
that's the Knicks theme. You ain't know
yeah,
that?
man. You got Bug slowing down CP3. They got afraid they slowing down Booker. Now, Booker get his points though, but
Yeah,
he's working for his points, man.
yeah.
Well, Frank is on him, man. He's working for his points, man. And also too, look Dr. as well. Lucas playing bigger defense out there as well too.
Yeah,
So
they you know
yeah.
what? They're playing hard. To some extent, I would say even though I still don't think they're going to win, but I don't think it's because of that effort. I think it's just because of the way the draw worked out. I guarantee if that 7 games
Mm,
in Dallas, they would have won that.
mm, mm,
I think that
mm.
home court advantage might end up being the key, even though the calls in all of these games, it says some of the stuff's been pretty weird and inconsistent.
Right. Right. Agree. The game is going on as we speak right now. Dallas game is going on. Game 7 right now as we speak
Yeah.
in Phoenix. So it seems like Dallas are big right now, believe it or not.
So it might be a wrap.
Yeah, that's about 21 right now, but it's still early though,
Oh,
man, because
yeah.
the game these guys pace of the game is so frenetic and fast paced that these guys can come back from down 20 and 15 and pick them an eye, man. So it's still early in the game for the Suns to make a move. But back to the Suns, like I said, like we go say, Aiton, I'm making no money either. Nice
No.
play though, but I'm making no big money, and they need to focus more on offense or defense. And the key is, man, the role players is playing better than the Suns role players. Dinwiddie's making
They
shots.
are.
Cameron Payne making no shots really for the Suns. So you got Dinwiddie and you got the other guy, Kleezer. He's playing well, making threes. So the role players on the Mavs is coming through, man.
Yeah, they are. So man, moving on to baseball. I mean, I will
Hmm.
say this. I mean, we definitely got New York is definitely doing it. Nobody can say anything about New York right now.
Listen, man. New York City, regardless how you feel, has two of the top five teams in baseball.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
No matter how you see it, it's two top five. I'm not gonna say who's better. I'm gonna be happy for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna throw no shades and like that. But listen, we got two of the top five teams in baseball, and let's leave it at that, man. So yeah, Yankees playing well, Mets playing well.
Yeah. I mean, some teams not surprising. Dodgers is the Dodgers. That division is good. Dodgers, San Diego, San Francisco.
Yeah,
Those guys.
Angels playing well too. The Angels playing very good
Yeah.
too.
That's a little surprising. The Angels.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Milwaukee. I'm not surprised. They seem to pull it together or something.
Yeah, the Angels been kind of stay bit in the last few years with injuries, with
I,
pitching staff or players. But it
I will
seems. I'm sorry, it seemed like it's gonna be a New York against LA
Yeah.
World Series, man. Some
Yep.
kind of way.
I mean, Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. Some of these teams that are surprising me though, well, Houston is Houston.
Yeah, it's just tough, man.
The
I don't
the,
know. It's tough. They tough.
the Phillies, man, they can't seem to put it together ever.
Mm-mm,
They can't put it
mm-mm.
together. Like they pay a lot of people a lot of money, but
Yeah,
it never comes together for them.
yeah. They let a few guys go too. Romito is one of the guys that they let go.
Yeah,
Certain guys are injured. You know what I'm saying? So you got to paying a lot of young kids, or you got to second, third tier kind of players to replace them. They're not really playing well for them right now.
I think Atlanta will probably turn it around because I know Acuna, he's just got back. I think, and
Hmm.
so with him,
Hmm.
I think, and then you can't say it's Freddie Freeman because the guy who replaced Freddie Freeman from Oakland, he's killing.
Yeah, Austin's been great.
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah, he's been great.
Austin, yeah, he's always been great. He's good. They could try to get him before, I guess, keeping for David Rizzo.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but he's good.
they
Yeah,
can't really complain about him. So
right, right.
Atlanta's that's surprising. And
Hmm.
then we got a couple of guys just bugging out. Like, what the hell's going on with Tim Anderson on the White Sox? Every other day, he's getting in some kind of beef with somebody.
I don't know. He's a young guy, man. I'm just feeling himself. He's a very good player. He's batting 330. 4 home
Yeah,
runs, stuff like that. He's a good player. Um, yeah, I can understand that. Some guys just had to have that personality, I should say.
yeah,
Every little thing bothers them and triggers them off, man.
yeah. And,
A
and it's
little
strange.
hothead.
You don't usually see that in baseball like that or something.
Hmm. Hmm. Right.
I remember watching a Yankee. Didn't he get upset because he got tagged or something? Or
Well, he felt that Donaldson pushed him off the base, which he
yeah,
probably, which he did, but it's to be
yeah.
expected though. It's to
That's
be
part of the game.
expected. That's part of the game. I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't too blatant, but you could see him doing it. And of course, umpire who was a good umpire at third base said no. He saved. He pushed him off.
yeah,
So that was that. It wasn't enough for you to talk smack and have these guys clear the bullpen, so to speak, or the benches.
yeah. It's just funny. I was surprised that they did that.
Hmm.
So the NFL schedule came out, man, and I could
Yeah.
I was looking at those games and stuff like that, and some of the stuff. I mean, some people lucked out with the schedules. Some people like usually you get the bad teams that get the better hand of it. I personally could tell you as a Jets fan, I think they got a terrible schedule for them. They're playing the NFC North, I think,
Mm.
and on top of the fact that they got and the AFC North it might be too. They start off with the Ravens.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
tough.
think looking at their team, they could potentially lose the first 6 games or something like
No
that.
way.
Yeah, I think they got like the Ravens, Denver. You got Denver, the Ravens, Buffalo, or something. New England. I mean, it's not a good path for them. And some of these schedules, I mean, I look at it like there's a lot. It's a lot more overseas games this year. I noticed. Like you got
Yeah.
London, Germany.
Yeah, you take try to get that money, man. That's where money's at, man. Overseas, these guys out there is buying everything. Buying the jersey, equipment, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
I
money's there,
wonder.
man.
I wonder
No only in
how
America.
they feel. I wonder if the teams get the money from the home games. 'Cause I wonder how they feel like you lose a home games revenue or something. Whoever loses that home game for that.
Hmm. Yeah, they have some kind of split revenue, I guess, some kind of way.
Yeah,
I can see that. How they do, I'm not quite sure. But you'll see a lot more games in London. Man, London might have their own team down the line eventually, man.
yeah, yeah. I seen that. You see that? Did you see that? There's some people trying to sue the Jets and Giants, saying that they shouldn't be allowed to be called the New York Jets and New York Giants. That they want them to take the name off.
That's silly. They could have some better with their time, man. Come on, what we doing here, man?
Talk about they play in New Jersey. They haven't played in New York in years. They want them to take the New York off the name.
Yeah, why they waste your time with stuff like that, man? Just leave it alone, man. It's not that serious, man.
I
It's
mean,
not that serious.
if
You
you
know,
looking at the NFL, is there anybody that you think's gonna be a sure thing that was drafted this year? Some people that you think are really gonna be standouts that we should look out for.
well, as far as the draft goes, I like what the Giants did. I like the Jets did too. I like that running back Jets got.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
he's
I think
tall.
he, yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's a very good player. Um, I like the Giants two picks of Neil and a linebacker of Thibodeau. I can't remember. I don't know
yeah,
his name.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, I think those guys are gonna come in and be instant impact players from the get go.
Yeah,
From the get go. As far as my Cowboys, we had a draft based on needs, so I can't really pinpoint anybody I like in particular. You know what I'm saying? Like, who will stand out. Um, as far as the Eagles concerned, the Eagles did well too, man. The Eagles
yeah,
got a few players too. So I mean, Dallas, there might be Dallas last year winning the division, believe it or not.
yeah,
I like the Ravens. Ravens always do good come draft time.
yeah, yeah.
Always do good, man. They always do good. I like the guy they
They
got from
scout well.
center. Yeah, I like the guy they got like the first pick, the center from Iowa, who we
Hmm.
needed, by the way. I don't know. I would pass for him to take Tyler Smithfield, but what do I know? But I think I would say this: the wide receiver group in the draft is going to do well. A lot of guys
Yeah, I think
are
they will.
good for the wide receiver group, so to speak.
I mean, I think some guys I think got real good value picks. Like there's the
Right.
obvious guys like the Giants and the Jets, but I thought that I was surprised that like a team like Kansas City was able to pick up Sky Moore like in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
they needed a receiver, and this guy just like dropped to the lap or something to him. I was surprised that Green Bay didn't try to get one of those bigger time guys than what they got. The other guy seems like he's all right. Whatever. I mean, he might be good, but I was surprised that they didn't try to get a receiver. They went all defense,
Right.
which which was
Well,
interesting.
KC's gonna get a receiver once they let go of
Tyreek Hill, yeah,
Tyreek
yeah,
Hill. You know that for a fact. So
yeah.
yeah,
I actually
Scott Moore's good.
there's a theory that and it might be the case. You never know. That he might get better without Tyreek Hill because now he's got to spread the ball around. So you got Sky Moore, you got
The tight
Ju-
end.
you got the tight end, you got Juju Smith Schuster.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Mm-hmm.
the guy from Green Bay.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name. Hold on, I forgot his name. I look
Yeah,
about. Not
uh,
Devontae, not Devontae. Fuck another guy
no,
they got. Another
uh,
guy they got. Yeah, I can't get
yeah,
his name. I know what you mean. But you know what though, okay, to add on to that, um, the problem with the Chiefs is the offense. Everything is just downfield, man.
yeah.
That's
They
their
don't have
problem. They don't have that, that in between, under 20 yards of their set of plays. Everything's always
they can't move the
downfield.
chain. Yeah, if
Right.
they don't have a big play, they can't move the chains.
Right. Right. So maybe add some more more plays, you know what I'm saying, more short yardage situation plays to the offense, man, besides just going downfield
Yeah,
majority of the game.
I thought Denver. I think Denver may be better with Russell Wilson, but then with this CD Lamb stuff, I don't know if you've seen that. Not CD Lamb.
Yeah,
Jerry
the
Judy
sort
stuff.
yeah, Jerry, yeah. That's definitely nothing serious. He just locked the child's formula, not the baby, but the formula, you know, what I'm saying, in the car. You know, she took his phone and
Yeah,
he was trying to leave the formula in the car. That was it. But that's not too serious, man.
yeah.
You know,
Hopefully, yeah.
too
Hopefully, it
serious.
doesn't amount to anything. But I think they'll be better. Denver.
Right. I agree with you on that. I agree.
Yeah. I think that whole division's pretty tough. When you got Kansas City, Denver, San Diego, those guys will be pretty tough. And you
Mm.
got I think I was a little confused about the Giants pick of the receiver. That kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, they would have a Sterling
Yeah, they got Sterling Shepard. They got
Shepard kind of a guy, right? Right.
yeah,
This guy might be shorter than Sterling, man. So
yeah, the
I
guy
don't
from
know.
Florida or something.
Yeah, he could play. Probably he could
Yeah,
play, but for that value of third round, he probably could down later on. He's trying to say.
yeah. So it'll be interesting. I do think like basketball we see, and I think football might have some more parity this year, where
Mm.
games are more competitive because I do think this NBA playoffs has been more competitive than it's been in years.
Agree. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
So I think we'll start seeing that in the NFL now. I think the wealth is getting spread out a little more. Whatever. Even though I do think some teams like I'm a Jets fan, and if they win 6 games, that'll be an accomplishment. But I don't think they're gonna be getting blown out this year. I think that it's gonna be they're gonna be in games.
Well, this might be Wilson's because football is such a short-term life. Becoming being a quarterback these days because he want
Yeah.
instant success. So it might be Wilson's last chance to prove that he's the answer at quarterback because now what they've done is they show up the line, the
Yep.
Jets, the line, the run game, the receiving game. So basically you can still try to win around Wilson instead of having him win for you
Yeah.
guys. You can win despite him, so to speak,
Yeah.
running the ball more and defense.
Yeah, he can go out there and play bad, and next year we'll see Teddy Bridgewater,
Hmm
somebody that they feel like, listen, we don't really need to have a great quarterback. We just need somebody that's not going to hurt us. So
Right,
this
and
year
next
for him,
year and next year's draft is loaded too with quarterbacks.
yeah. So and they've shown they're not afraid to get rid of one. So
Hmm So just on
so
the right track though, man.
yeah, he'll have to perform. Yeah. So we had a couple of fights lately, man. That's notable fights, man. Well, I want to start with this, man. Have you seen some of the Errol Spence trolling of Terence Crawford
Of
and Bo Mack,
course,
the manager?
yeah,
Dude,
I see all that stuff, man. I see
did
all
you
that stuff.
see how he showed Bo Mack getting knocked out or something?
But
You see that?
I seen that. I seen that. I mean, that's what guys do. I mean, this era of trolling is like it made me feel old, man. Because
Yeah,
it's not my style, man. I go my guys just performing in the ring, talking in the ring, man, talking on the field.
yeah,
All this
yeah.
Twitter and screenshotting and emojis and putting faces on people's bodies, stuff like that, man. That's not really my thing, man. So, but that being said, I understand it though. But them guys been talking for a while, man. I seen an emoji where Buzz is going fishing, man. He got a fish behind him, stuff like with the troll with the belts, ABC, IBF, and there's an Errol
Yeah.
Spence face on it. So these guys are going back and forth. But hopefully these guys will fight next. No tune-up fights. Just go right at it,
Yeah,
man. Hopefully by the end of the year.
yeah. I think they'll be able. I think they might be able to get this done.
Yeah,
I think so. It'll be good for the sport. For one thing, neither one of them has a lack of confidence. So
that is facts. That
yeah,
is facts.
I don't think anybody. We won't get in there and see two guys that's going to dance. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go in there to fight. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be
Mm-hmm.
good.
Oh yes.
That'll definitely be good. I mean, some of these other things, man. What did you think of the Canelo fight? I mean, I tend to think that he underestimated the guy, and I think that weight does count a lot more than what people think it does.
Yes. Well, I heard the guy. I never seen him fight, but I read up on him, seen him on articles. People talk about him. Um, uh, Bevo is a very big technical fighter.
Yeah.
And it seemed like guys who could box and move get Canelo issues.
Mm-hmm.
But when I watched the fight, besides noticing that how big Bevo was against Canelo, for Canelo, though, he was told right away he didn't try to box that fight at all. He's trying to go for
No,
a knockout.
no, he was trying to knock the guy out.
Yeah, and that's the problem I
The whole
have
fight.
with the game plan of the fight. Not that he lost, it's how he lost. Like, dude, you didn't try to box at all. At all.
I
You
think
trying
he
to go for a knockout. You didn't knock this guy out.
I think he thought. I think he actually thought that this was going to be like a good proven point, a stepping. He looked at the guy. It seemed like he thought he was a stepping stone. Like
Yeah,
he
but
go out there and just knock this guy out.
yeah, again, he picked a guy that's one of the best fighters in our weight class. And because he's not well known, he
Yeah,
figured he could just go right through him.
yeah,
But you've been on Carl's team. Do research, and watch film. And you hear these guys, this guy up and coming, man. But he got behind him, he's gonna be dangerous. He's tough to fight, man.
yeah.
Your camp should have been there about this guy before being dangerous, being bigger, being taller than you, bigger than you. You're not a guy like that that's two-weight class heavier than you. What are you doing?
I thought.
And I'm sorry, I can't cut you off before I forget. And I think Canelo probably was reading his own clippings too, by the way, man. Too. He was feeling himself because you're supposed to him fighting Usyk heavyweight.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
So right there, touch right there. This guy was really feeling himself. He's feeling on press clippings and what people say about him on social media. Oh, he's the greatest.
he got killed.
Yeah, come on, man. What are you doing, man?
The
No.
thing that's funny is that when they talked to the guy after the fight, they asked him, "Did Canelo hurt him?" He said he hurt my arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you know why? It was up there to hit.
yeah,
He had good defense. Arm was so long, Kate, that he could cover his face and his ribs at the same
yeah.
time.
So
That's how big he is, long he is.
yeah, it was bad. I don't think that was a good showing for Canelo, and I don't think that helped him. Like, I don't
Right.
think. I mean, I think the guys who wanted to fight him before will, but I think that took some of the luster off some of the bigger fights for him right now. Anyway,
Mhm.
he's gonna have
Yeah,
to go out and have a good showing against somebody.
Canelo's still a great fighter. I don't want to take it away
Yeah,
from him. And too, watching this fight, a lot of those shots didn't land. He got hit, but a lot of shots didn't land with Bevo or Canelo. Canelo was doing a lot of
yeah.
weaving
He
and
wasn't doing
dodging,
good,
man. But effective aggression weighs a lot on people's eyes, especially the
right?
judges too, as well. When you always moving back and you
Yeah,
try and you missing from eight shot combination, you moving and dodging like that. So you see always going backward and avoiding fights, avoiding punches. That says a lot right there. People out, but he didn't really get beat up, man. Really though.
yeah. No. He like you said, he lost on the punch stats. He definitely lost. He lost big
Right.
time on those. And he probably the part that might have got him was the fact that they threw probably the same amount of power shots, and the guy
Mm-hmm.
probably threw like 4 times as many jabs.
Right.
So just looking at the punch stats was so lopsided that he probably at a point in the fight he probably would have had to knock him out anyway to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's just strange that he would try that.
Yeah. Agree. Agree.
So what'd you think of the Jermell Charlo fight? I mean, I I thought it
It,
was a good win for him.
it was a good win for him. It's a good win for him. Definitely a guy that I didn't think he would knock out or stop like that,
Yeah,
based off of the first fight when he went toe to toe and how the guy, had him on the ropes, man. And fair to say, people thought that Charles lost that first fight.
I thought so.
Yeah, I thought so too. So for him to come back to the drawing board and fight a smarter fight, instead of getting caught up in a toe to toe fight, unlike the first fight, and stop this guy. It's a very impressive fight, man. I'm happy for him. God bless him. He's the undisputed world champion in the division. I didn't see a stoppage like that though, but it was a good fight. He gets hit too much to my liking for me to pick him over Triple G or Canelo or Benavidez or
Yeah,
Bevo, any of these guys, or even Bud Crawford or even his man Errol Spence.
yeah,
I can't see him being any one of those guys. He gets hit too easily. And when Castanos is not really one of the most skillful fighters with good footwork,
yeah,
but at the same time, he's still able to land shots on you, the flush shots, as well. So
yeah.
hopefully, Charlo for his sake, he work on his defense more, man, make it a little
You know what's
tighter.
funny? When you think of guys like Charlo, I think along the lines of like the Zab Judas and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
They
That's
got the
right.
fireworks. You don't want to let them hit you.
Right.
They
Mm-hmm.
available. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
That
want
was a good one.
but he's susceptible to get hit.
Yes, yes, that was a good one. I like that comparison.
Yeah. Man, you know what else I was thinking about, man? Have you noticed that this whole new thing with the NCAA transfer portal, now that they have this thing with those, I think it's the NILs they call them or something, where players can get paid and stuff. Everybody and their mothers in the transfer portal. And they had a thing recently, a football player, I think it was a football player or a basketball player did something crazy where they reneged on a deal because the other school ended up like it's almost like a negotiating ploy.
Yeah, basketball player. I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
The basketball player.
he's gonna go to one school because they were gonna give him more money, and then I don't know. I think it's gonna become a problem.
Yeah, he wanted more money.
Yeah, he wanted more.
He wanted more money. He wanted back out of the deal for more money. But
Yeah,
the NCAA did it to themselves. Now they created uncontrollable chaos as far as these kids jumping around for that money. You should have been giving these kids stipends from the
yeah,
beginning and having unlimited amount of food. These guys want to eat 10 times. Let them eat 10 times a day. Have these burgers and French hot dogs available 24/7,
you
24
know,
7 and
you know,
stipend. These guys, remember, I'm sorry, kid, but these guys can't take a girl on a date.
no, they can't. They can't
You
do
know,
it.
back in you can't do that, man. They call relatives, send me $100, man. I met a girl, man. I want to take the movies and popcorn or whatever, because there was stipends. And now all of a sudden, they'll create NIL, man. Now out of control. These kids is getting
They get money.
endorsed. They getting money, man. A lot of
Yeah,
these kids coming out of high school is getting millions out the gate, man.
millions out the gate.
Out the gate.
Dudes making millions. You know
Mm-hmm.
that when Jay Wright retired, they said that he said that part of the reason why he was retiring is because he didn't want to deal with it. He didn't
Yeah.
want to deal with that stuff,
Yeah, because he sees it's gonna get worse. He sees it, man. He sees it.
and he didn't want to. And you think about it, like I mean, we're probably gonna start to see a separation in teams because realistically, I mean, you're a Georgetown fan. I guarantee you, Georgetown could get better.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just came out. They just announced a deal, NIL deal with a company the other day, about 3 days ago.
yeah,
So that's one of many, I guess. But they have Nike's back in the school history, so they're gonna stay afloat, man. So
yeah. They're
but
gonna have money. They're gonna have
right,
money.
but right. I do see a big change coming soon with these teams or conferences
Yeah. Oh
going
yeah.
down
Yep.
who can't do the NIL.
Yep. If they can't do it, they're
Yeah,
gonna lose out. And you
yeah,
see
they're
these
gonna lose
super
out.
conferences forming now too. All
Hmm.
these super conferences where guys are like bringing in more teams and stuff like that. Like
Right, right. And
I,
with
I
football,
oh,
the money's in football, man. I mean,
they
if these
killing.
kids,
Yeah.
if you're not gonna get 100K
I'm
for
not going.
for a furniture store, let's say, imagine paying football.
Yeah.
You
Dude, they
know,
got a kid that signed to be the new quarterback, or some dude that signed to be a quarterback at Alabama got $1 million. A
yeah,
million.
yeah. The other one did last year too. The
Yeah,
quarterback, he
dude,
did
that's how
too.
crazy. A million. You the starting quarterback at Alabama. You got $1 million
You
right off,
walk it. How you walk on campus with a couple $1 million in the pocket
right off the top. You a
off
college
the top, man?
couple of $1 million.
Mm.
And what they some coaches have a concern that it's going to be hard to manage the place. It's easier to tell a kid that doesn't have money you can control them or manipulate them. But if I got millions of dollars, yeah, I want to make the league, but I still got millions of dollars either
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, all
Mm-hmm.
of that stuff you saying, if you all right, you know what? Good. I'll just sit down here, be a nice soldier. I'll put my name in the transfer portal
That's it. I see where
and
I'm
be out.
going. And be
Yeah.
out. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's like
Yeah, it's bad. A lot of control, man. And they can't control it. They don't know what to do next.
no, it's really once you let the cat out the bag, there's no way to put it back in now.
Right. Exactly.
And it's been think about it, alumni and people that have been doing that stuff, they've been waiting for this to happen.
Oh yeah. Especially in football.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. You imagine like think about it this way. What do you think the Texas football team's gonna look like soon?
Texas, LSU,
Yeah,
Oklahoma's, man.
yeah.
Alabama's, man. Forget
Hmm.
about it, man. Miami,
You're
forget
never gonna
about
beat
it.
those schools.
Right. You never.
USC did that.
USC, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You're not
right.
gonna beat
That's
them
right.
because they're gonna pay top dollar.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
all the deals. They got the big names. You know who, if they want to do it, can do it too. Notre Dame.
Right. Very good.
Yep,
That's a good one. I agree with you on that. Yes, they can do it too.
they can
They,
do it.
when school Notre Dame gets pushed to that level, then you know there's so much money out there to be made for these kids, man.
Yeah. You see?
That says a lot. They decided to go that route too as well, which they will
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, they will. Like you think about it, Duke wasn't. And I think that's part of the reason Coach K is going too. All these guys are getting out of the game because Duke's going to be paying people ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
Kentucky's going to be paying no people. North Carolina's going to be paying people. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you don't pay, how you going to compete?
Just
You can't compete.
pay to compete. That's it.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Next year, when all this stuff really gets off the ground, who's gonna you gonna have in basketball? You're gonna have North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky. I mean, right off the top, UCLA. You're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna beat and then the Knights gonna kill people with Oregon because they're gonna
Right.
have like unloaded, a limited amount of money.
Texas got money
Texas,
regardless.
Texas,
Even football
Arkansas.
money. They got have it.
I could even see Syracuse coming back to prominence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna
So
happen
these big universities that got all the money and they got the different people to do it. Dude, you can funnel so much money through these different places. It's crazy, and it's gonna change. I wouldn't be surprised to see the college football thing open up where they expand that playoffs because you're gonna have teams not make it just because they're gonna get outbid. If they keep it with the same four teams, first of all, I don't see Alabama not making that playoffs
every year.
anytime. Yeah, every
Right.
single year they'll be there. So listen, especially with this new way they playing, they'll be there every year. And then you look at it, you're gonna change it to like a sub league and prime league and a sub league.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you say
So
league with money, league with a little bit of money, league with no
yeah,
money. Basically.
hmm and then eventually we said, well, the good thing about colleges playing is that it will cut down on some of those overtime elite kids and
Mm.
some of the G League things. Because if I get $1 million to go to Kentucky to be on campus, I'd rather do that than be traveling around on a rickety bus at the G League
Right.
every day.
Well, yeah, I mean, them guys are paying too, though.
Yeah,
But at least you're more stable on campus with the same amount of money or more. So that'll
yeah,
work. That'll
yeah. If you
work
go to campus, you make the same amount of money or more, and you get to enjoy campus life. Yeah, they're gonna take that over that
for sure.
because somebody was telling me, to play in college sports. If you like, you can't do it in football, but in basketball, the one and dones, they go to school in the summer. They take a couple of classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all they have to do is pass classes in the first semester. Because remember, after March Madness, these kids ain't even going back to the school. They training.
School. Yep.
Yeah, training. So you really need to pass like one official semester in school in order to play in college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking of people that's bad with college, I don't know if you remember this, and a lot of people don't remember. You know that Ben Simmons was the only player in the history of college that did not qualify for the Player of the Year because of grades.
Yeah, I read that, I heard that too, man. And see, a kid like him just need to go to the G League, man. He read that. Why play college ball for 1 year?
The
Get out spot to somebody who really does not deserve it though, but who could use that spot, man, to showcase themselves, man.
dude, I watched his like those documentary movie things, and all
Hmm.
he kept saying was, I'm not here to go to class. I'm here to play basketball."
I know, I know, I
I'm
know.
like, this is
I remember
crazy.
hearing that. Very crazy, man. Very crazy. Listen,
Like,
they created a monster, man. It's out of control, like you said.
yeah, and it didn't make no sense. I mean, eventually this payment stuff is sad to say. You got these high school kids, like you said, like Mikey Williams or something. Dude, he got
Hmm.
a shoe deal in high
Yeah,
school.
high school,
He got a Puma deal in high school, millions of dollars. So
chilling,
yeah,
chilling.
so it's like eventually it's going to like trickle down to the high schools and stuff too.
Hmm.
The game's going to change dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, it already did high school wise as far as football, but football has so much money. A lot of those kids out of high school is going to recoup or get a better opportunity to make a lot of money more than basketball, though. But
Yeah, yeah,
but either way, man, either way, it's good for the kids and it created a monster, man. They should have seen this coming a long time ago. But those guys are old and hard headed and about themselves, man. So now look at it now. Now you guys have a situation that you can't control.
hey. Wait till the first kids in these AAU teams or in these McDonald's All Americas ask for money to put that patch on the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
listen,
That's next too.
I play on the Nike circuit, so
Right.
technically you get notoriety from me playing here and playing with
Mm.
these sneakers too. Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
big. Yeah, you helping me, but I'm also helping
And
you.
you. That's right. And you helping me get maybe a half a mil.
Yeah,
I'm helping you get tens of mils.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause that's one of the things old college coaches used to complain about is that if you played on the Nike circuit, most of those kids go to colleges that's associated with Nike. Like very rarely do you get a kid that goes from a different circuit into unless it's a better one.
Right.
You're not gonna go from Nike to an Under Armour school.
Right. Or Adidas. No, you're gonna do
Yeah,
that.
no, you're not gonna do that. You might go the other way,
Mm-hmm.
and they get money off of that. Like when
Yeah.
the kids wear the shoes, people see the
Mm-hmm.
kids wear the shoes, and that's how. And most of them sign deals with Nike and all types of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for the
So
kids, man.
yeah,
They
yeah.
could
I
have
mean,
money in pocket. Hopefully, these kids save some of that money, man. Instead of going and buying expensive cars and
yeah.
you know what I'm
Like
saying.
if you figure, I hope that if you're getting $1 million or something, you at least go and purchase yourself a home or something.
Yeah, but don't buy no home for 900,000.
No, 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 not yeah, exactly.
And you got $1 million. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because think
Get
about these
something
kids,
nice.
they could set themselves up for life
Yeah.
without the league if you do it the
Hmm.
right way.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Agree.
especially the kids that go to like the big time schools.
Hmm.
Even if you don't make the league, you should be able to make enough money. Stay the 4 years and get all the money you can.
There you go. I'm about to say that too. Stay 4 years. I'll stay three for sure, man. Ain't no rush. NBA, NFL ain't going nowhere.
That is true. If you're a
Yeah.
top player and you're getting paid to be in college, why leave?
Right. Right. The same amount of money per year.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave here with him. I don't know where I'm gonna get drafted, but I'm making $1 million a year here to be in college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1.5 for
yeah,
3 years. All right.
yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
see you
stay in
guys in
college.
4 years. I'm saying
Yeah,
college, man.
yeah,
I'm saying college.
yep.
I'm
If
saying
you don't really like me, you know where I'm at.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just too much, but it's good to see them getting their money right, and people getting paid for playing, paid off their
Just-
likeness and stuff
it-
because everybody
yeah.
else was.
AK, I mean, Chris Webber said it many years ago, man. When Mitch Albom was doing an interview back in Detroit on Michigan campus, he was driving around in a car and said he drove by and a sports store was closed. He saw his jersey in the window with his name on it on sale. He said, "Yo, it says Kenyatta number 4,
Yeah,
$80."
I ain't getting
How,
none of
how's I ain't getting none of that.
that. Dude, I remember you ever heard the Arian Foster story when he was in Tennessee in college?
Oh,
He said
I
he
think I
said
remember
that
that
they
story.
were in the dorm and they were hungry and they didn't have nothing to eat. And this is crazy. He said they called up the Tennessee coach at the time and told him, "Listen, yeah, if you don't get us some food or something over here, we're gonna have to rob somebody or rob
Mm,
to get some money to get some food. We ain't got no money or no food. We're gonna have to do something to get it. So you
right.
can get us the food, or we gonna have to do something to get it."
Mm-hmm.
He said the dude showed up with like 100 tacos. Just
Good.
taco
Exactly.
stuff.
Look at
But
Shabazz Napier, man, from UConn. Remember that?
yeah, but dude, I could tell you just from my son playing, the way they do it in college is kind of crazy because practice conflicts with the time that the cafeteria closes. So if you don't eat before or you don't have money to buy food afterwards, you might be practicing in the cafeteria close.
Yeah, that sucks. This is why they think that even Foster and Shabazz Napier is open 24 hours now for these kids to have a hot meal, a good meal to eat, man, any
Yeah,
time of the night and day.
yeah,
It should always be like that for the kid. I understand that.
get
And
over
we
it any
hang,
way you can.
yeah, we hanging out, we be chilling in Keanu's room, playing Madden and 2K,
Yeah,
NBA Live. You know what I'm saying? You get hungry, man. No school
right.
tomorrow, no tests. Yo, when you get hungry 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, let's go to campus, man. Get some burgers and hot dogs and fries or something like that, man.
Yep.
That's the way it should have been.
No, they had it where you basically if you miss it, you miss it.
You're right.
And you figure most of the time people don't realize is those practices have to be in the evening because you got classes during the day. It's either got to be before school or well after school.
That's why John Chain from Temple had his practices at 6
Early,
a.m. in the
yeah.
morning, early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So his kid go to class, man.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Nah. Hey man, so I'm glad we back at it, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was good, man.